Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Good morning students. Today video session continuation about female reproductive system. Already female reproductive system topic wise one video completed. In that video, what are the different parts, major parts of the female reproductive system about regarding ovaries are completed, and then fallopian tube, oviduct concept also completed topic. Other next uterus also completed, vagina also completed. Then the another thing external genitalia. On that video last I said about external genitalia and female reproductive glands wise I will be teaching the next video. That video only this. So continuation of last video. In this video, external genitalia of female reproductive system and then female reproductive glands concept we will be know. Okay, let me start today video session. See female reproductive system. Ovaries, it contains the ovaries, one pair of ovaries either sides. As simultaneously ovaries continue to leads to next part oviduct. That oviducts are open into the wider muscular part uterus. Then those all are open into the vagina in through the cervix. In yesterday I said the cervix part also, correct now. So continuation, external genitalia. These external genitalia also called as a vulva. Okay, it is a scientific name, and then another name pudendum. Pudendum. The pronunciation is pudendum. Now here these external genitalia, already several times I said external genitalia means nothing but the which of the character, which of the organ is indicates that gender based on the physical nature. That means which character by seeing itself we can able to get the deciding factor of gender. So external genitalia, that is the meaning of external genitalia. These external genitalia contain several parts. That parts, one is a vestibuli, and then clitorius and mons pubis. Mons pubis. These three parts containing other some of the smaller parts, that parts wise we want to discuss. See, external genitalia, it containing with vestibuli is a major part. These vestibuli continuation part of the cervix. Cervix canal we seen, correct now. Cervix canal open into the vagina. That vagina open into the, that vagina part, cervix part open into the vestibuli. These vestibuli having the two apertures. Apertures means nothing but two holes. There are two holes, one is located in the upper side, another one is located in the lower side. That upper side located aperture we called as a urethral orifice. Urethral orifice, that hole useful for elimination and excretion of urine. Such a hole we called as a urethral orifice. And then in the same vestibuli part, in the lower side, one more aperture is there, hole is there, that is called as a vaginal orifice. These vaginal orifice is giving the tract for sperm's entry, okay, into the vagina. So vagina open into the vaginal orifice, and then urethra of female and open by the urethral orifice. Urethral orifice. These are the two apertures are present in the vestibuli. Here in the lower part of these vaginal orifice is covered by hymen, covered by the one of the permeable membrane, that is a hymen. By that will be the situationally by the situationally these hymen layer will be destroyed. Okay, by the when the first menstrual cycle is started in the puberty age of a female gender. Okay, sometimes by accidentally also it will be damaged. So this is that layer we called as a hymen layer. And then next one, these vestibular part of the external genitalia bounded by the surrounded place bounded by the two pairs of fleshy folds of the tissues. Okay, these vestibuli bounded by the two fleshy folds of the tissues. One is the internal side, another one is the outer side fleshy folds. Internal side fleshy folds we called as a labia minor, and outer side fleshy folds we called as a labia major. Inner side fleshy fold we called as a labia minor and outer side labia major. Okay, here at the place of the labia major places, it containing within external genitalia containing with a special sensitive erectable part, that part clitorius. Clitorius is a sensitive part and erectable. Situationally it will become a stiffy become nature. That structure is a homologous organ of penis. Already we discussed in the male reproductive system time regarding penis. Penis is a erectable. The situationally blood pressure will increasing in the penis, then it will be leads to the stiffy condition. Then that penis will be useful for insemination of the semen into the female genital tract. Like that, these penis-like structure also is present in the female reproductive system, that is a clitorius. Okay, remember that one. Why they are called as a homologous organ into the penis of the male, these clitorius. In the clitorius internal structure anatomy, it is a both means here penis and then clitorius both are supported by the corpora cavernosa. Internally it contains the corpora cavernosa. In the penis sectional cutting time also I said penis having the three pole like structures. In the dorsal side it containing with the two corpora cavernosa and lower side corpora spongiosum. Through the corpora spongiosum only urethra will be present, urethra will be travel, correct na, existed in the inside of the corpora spongiosum. So here corpora spongiosum ille that corpora cavernosa is present. So that's why they consider it is a homologous part of the penis. This part very important. This part very important means examination point of way. This is a very important. Which of the homologous organs in the comparison in the male and females? Okay, then see here next part, man's pubis. This man's pubis is nothing but a cushion of the fatty tissue. Covered by the skin and pubic hair. Here pubic hair above the labia major. Labia major already I said here, outer part of the vestibuli. These vestibuli outer part fleshy folds. That fleshy fold is covered by the hair. That hair and skin we called as a mons pubis. Okay, so what we discussed, external genitalia of the female reproductive system. That external genitalia we called as a vulva, also called as a pudendum. Then these external genitalia contains the three major parts. One is vestibuli part, and then second one clitorius and mons pubis. Vestibuli consisting with two apertures. Apertures means nothing but a hole. That is upper side urethral orifice, lower side vaginal orifice. Vaginal orifice is covered by the hymen, and then these vestibuli covered with bordered with two fleshy folds. Inner side fleshy fold we call labia minor and outer side labia major. Then clitorius is a sensitive erectable structure. It is a homologous organs of the penis. in the of the male, both are, why? Because of it is a homologous, both penis and then clitorius is supported by the corpora cavernosa, okay, it internally, and mons pubis, that is the outer part of the vagina. Then these man's pubis is nothing but a cushion fleshy tissue covered, that covering by the skin, and then pubic hair above the labia major, okay, external genitalia completed. So once you think it, nana ovaries is a oogenesis, and follicular growth happened in the inside of the ovaries, that is the main function, and then they are secreting the hormones also. So gametogenesis and then endocrinal part like, and then next oviduct, fertilization is a play an important role. Oviduct is a play an important role in the fertilization. If oviduct containing the three zones, one is the infundibulum, and then next one isthmus, ampulla, second one ampulla, third one isthmus. Infundibulum having the funnel like finger like structures, that is called fimbriace. Uterus, it is a sac like pear shape, reverse pear shape, and elastic in nature. These we call as a metrium, okay, endometrium, myometrium, epimetrium, these words we seen, and then vagina, these and all. Here in this time I will be recall, one is the three words we seen in the last previous video, okay. These ovaries, oviduct, uterus is connecting with the help of connecting to the abdominal cavity with the help of peritoneal membranes. Peritoneal membranes, that peritoneal membranes should be remember, okay. Then next come to the accessory glands. Here female containing with 2-3 accessory glands. In that 3 glands, reproductive glands, 2 are located along with the reproductive system. One is located in the chest place of the female gender. So that names Bartholian glands, and then skin gland and mammary glands. Mammary glands also called as a burst. So one by one gland wise we will discuss. Bartholian's gland. These Bartholian's gland also called as a Greater vestibuli gland. Greater vestibuli gland. It is located, why we call as a these greater vestibuli means here these glands are located at the place of the external genitalia of the vestibuli part of the external genitalia. So it is a greater vestibular gland located posterior of either side of opening of the vagina. Here vestibuli having that vaginal orifice, that vaginal orifice opening places, these vagina either side, these gland is located, okay. And then next one, secrete, these Bartholian glands secrete the mucus. That mucus act as a lubricating, okay, it reduces the friction at the time of the coitus, lubricating the vagina. And then next, homologous to bulbourethral glands of the male. What I said here, homologous of the bulbourethral. In the male reproductive glands, 3 male reproductive glands. One is seminal vesicles, second one prostate, third one bulbourethral. Now bulbourethral glands are seems like Bartholian glands, so that's why both are homologous. Their function here, these Bartholian gland function also little bit similarities are there, so they consider as a homologous to the Bartholian gland, homologous to the bulbourethral gland to the Bartholian gland, okay. Then these gland onwards secreting something mucus, that mucus in viscous, that it containing alkaline fluid, somewhat of a pH levels are base condition, alkaline fluid it will secrete, okay. That is Bartholian gland. Then next one, skin glands. These spleen glands, lesser vestibular gland. Lesser vestibular gland means these also present at the place of the vestibular part, but it is located in the anterior part. Here Bartholian glands are presented at the place of posterior part of the vagina, correct now. Here these lesser vestibuli gland or skin glands are located on that anterior wall of the vagina. These and all also called as these skin gland also called as a paraurethral gland. Why paraurethral gland? It is located nearby the urethral orifice. Urethral orifice. So that's why paraurethral gland. Then next one. Next point, either side of urethral orifice. Just now only I said why we call this skin gland. Another name paraurethral gland. It is located either side of the urethral orifice. Urethral orifice, where it is present in the vestibular part, in the lower side aperture we call as a vaginal orifice, correct now. So these skin glands also called as a, or it is seems like a prostate gland of the male. So that's why homologous to the prostate gland in the male. Here three things they are homologous organs we seen in the female reproductive system to male reproductive system. Here from the first column regarding clitorius, clitorius is a homologous organs of the penis. Here Bartholian gland is a homologous gland to the bulbourethral gland of the male. And then second, skin gland is a homologous organ, so homologous gland to the prostate gland in the male. These things you should be remember. Okay, three things I am focusing on. Three things here: the homologous organs of the reproductive system in the male and the females. Okay, maybe matching based questions maybe will be arise. Okay, as like in the yesterday, what the connection of the peritoneal membranes of the reproductive organs in the female reproductive system, reproductive organs to the abdominal cavity, that we seen, that and all should be remember. And the next homologous, come to the point, these skin glands are homologous to the prostate gland in the male. Okay, up to now two glands are completed. Then come to the another gland, mammary gland. Mammary gland, basically these glands are not yet located along with the reproductive system parts. It is located other part of the female gender, that too it located at the chest place. That burst, it play an important role in the feeding of the newborns. Okay, they are secreting the milk, so that's why only we call as a mammary glands. Based on the mammary gland presence only, we grouped the total mammalia group animals. Okay, the major advanced character to giving the parental care by the feeding to the milk, those animals groups we call as a mammaliae. Okay, so that mammaliae group organisms are everything having the mammary glands at the place of the chest. That mammary glands generally we call as a burst. Then these burst containing with, or mammary glands containing with glandular tissue, along with the glandular tissue fat also is there, variable amount of the fat. Okay, then these glandular tissue play an important role in the secretion of the milk. Now in the understanding about the mammary glands, that glandular tissue divide into the several lobes. That lobes, 15 lobes, that lobes we called as a mammary lobules. Mammary lobes. These mammary lobes inside, it contain the alveoli. In the arrow mark parunga, it containing with a cluster of cells. That cluster of cells we call as a alveoli. This here alveoli what not seems to lungs. Okay, not like lungs alveoli. It is a glandular nature. Okay, it is a glandular nature, secretion nature. But alveoli thing, it is a exchanging nature. Okay, gas is exchanging by that alveoli, correct now. So that don't misunderstand. So don't confuse about these alveoli. Okay, burst alveoli is a secreting nature. Cluster of cells are there. That cluster of cells we call as a alveoli. These alveoli secreting milk, the secreted milk stored in the inside of the alveoli. That inside of the alveoli, lumen, it is empty place is there. In that lumen, the milk will be stored in the alveoli lumen place, or stored in the cavity of the alveoli, whatever it is. Now secreted or stored milk will come out by the some ducts are there, that ducts memory tubules. Here memory lobules onwards, what will form? Memory tubules will form. Okay, that means memory lobules containing the alveoli onwards memory tubules will form. That memory tubules are jointed together to form the memory duct. Tubes are very narrow in very smaller size tubes. Duct means somewhat of little bit bigger than the tubes. Memory duct, all the ducts, memory ducts are jointed together to form the memory ampulla. That memory ampulla leads to next part, that also tube, a bigger wider width containing tube, that is a lactiferous duct. These lactiferous duct will be opening by the some of the suckers containing holes containing part, that is a nipple. By these nipple only the newborn will take it milk from the memory glands of the mother. Okay, see one more time here, memory glands containing with the glandular tissue and variable amount of the fat. That glandular tissue divided into the several compartments, 15 to 20 lobules. That lobes we call them memory lobes. That memory lobes of ulla inside it containing the clusters of the cells. That clusters of the cells names alveoli. Alveoli onwards it secreting the milk. That secreted milk stored inside of the cavity of the alveoli or lumen place of the alveoli. Then that memory lobules alveoli onwards a minute tubules are arising. That tubules we call them memory tubules. That memory tubules are jointed together to form the one width containing duct, that is a memory duct. Memory duct leads to the next part, that also duct, memory ampulla. Memory ampulla will be open into the big duct, wider width containing duct, lumen place containing duct, that is a lactiferous duct. That lactiferous duct only will be open into the by that nipple structure. Okay, this is the memory glands. I think so you understand the Bartholian glands and skin glands. You should be remember Bartholian glands also called as a greater vestibular gland. Skin glands also called as a lesser vestibular glands. They are located posterior place of the vagina. It is located anterior of wall of the vagina. Okay, here skin gland, another name also we called paraurethral gland. Why also we discussed. Okay, and then diagrammatic explanation of memory glands. Come with the third column. In the third column I will explain the diagrammatic view. Inga parunga assay. In the third column, this is the internal structure of memory glands, sectional view of the memory glands. See here, these adjacent side of the burst, it containing with the fat. This is the fat tissue, and here yellow lobules are there. That yellow lobules we call as a memory lobules. Already here I mentioned. These memory lobules containing with the clusters of alveoli. These alveoli only secreting the milk. Then that secreted milk will be drained or open into the next part, memory tubules. Inga parunga memory tubules. These are all memory tubules. That memory tubules are open into the memory duct. This memory duct, and then memory ducts open into the ampullary duct. That ampullary duct at the base of the nipples, it is open into the lactiferous duct. That lactiferous duct will be opened by that nipples. Okay, this is the diagrammatic view. So you should be remember the parts of all the memory glands. Okay, maybe sometimes diagram based questions also will be chances. Here I forgot to explain, I forgot to mention the labeling memory tubules. Here memory lobules are there. Memory lobules are everything open into the inner place. Memory tubules are there. That you should be remember. The back side of burst ribs are there. That ribs containing with the internal muscles. that already we seen intercostal muscles, external costal muscles we discussed in respiration time. Okay, in this video we discussed about male reproductive system parts, one of the part external genitalia and associated glands of the female and burst structural view. Okay, mammary glands structural view. The continuation we will go with the spermatogenesis and oogenesis process. That be wait coming video. Thank you.